In the world of real estate, everyone has an opinion on what is actually going to happen in 2024. Opinions are like belly buttons. Everyone has one. Now, don't misunderstand me. There is absolutely nothing wrong with having an opinion as long as the opinion is based on the data, not based on clickbait headlines. Hi, I am Kevin Martini, and welcome to the Martini Mortgage Podcast, episode 195, which is the Kevin Martini 4-5-6 forecast for 2024. As a certified mortgage advisor, I don't believe in providing a big, hairy, audacious prediction. I make my predictions based on facts. I make my predictions realistic. And I make my predictions on what has the highest probability to happen. Hence, my predictions for 2024 are moderate. The foundational numbers of my 2024 real estate predictions are 4, 5, and 6. I believe appreciation will be 4% in 2024. There will be 5 million homes sold, and the mortgage rate will be at 6%. With that said, let me start to deconstruct my 4-5-6 forecast for 2024. Let me start with my favorite subject, mortgages. 2023 gave us a glimpse of mortgage rates we have not seen in decades, literally not since the 80s. In November 2023, we saw a 30-year fixed rate start with an 8, and now we are seeing, at of course the time of this recording, we are seeing mortgage rates in the mid-6s. Yes, mortgage rates are now falling, but in my experience, they will never fall as quickly as they rise. The driving force of the rise of mortgage rates in 2023 was because of inflation. The evil inflation caused the Federal Reserve to get aggressive since they were very late to the party. You remember when they were telling everybody that inflation was transitory? Now, I have found that the Fed is always late to the party, and they always stay too late to the party. Will they leave the party sooner this go around, or will they do what they always do? Some are forecasting the Fed will start cutting as soon as March of 2024, and some say by the end of the year. Now, it's my opinion, not if, but when they will cut. And it being an election year, the timing is murky for me to project. With all that said, forecasting a 6% rate may be very conservative, and I would rather be conservative and exceed expectations. It's clear that in the coming years, mortgage rates will even be lower, but not as low as we witnessed in the unicorn years. In addition, timing the mortgage market, or any market for that case, is impossible. However, here's the good news. A mortgage can be refinanced when that lower rate rears its head in the future. Now, you know what the 6 represents. Let's talk about what the 5. The 5 represents my prediction that 5 million homes will be sold in 2024. That, to some in the industry, is pretty aggressive, since basically only 4 million homes were sold in 2023. But the foundation of this thesis is mortgage rates and people either need or want to get on with their lives. As a primer, people move because they need to or because they want to. The couple living in that one-bedroom downtown condo that are expecting their first child need to move because they need another bedroom. That family that has a new job offer in another state needs to move. In fact, over the next 2 years, there's going to be 11.5 million life events that will occur, causing a buyer to want or need to buy a home. Maybe they'll even need to sell. The want for a new home or the need due to a significant life transition is not the only reason I'm predicting 5 million transactions in 2024. Mortgage rates will be shifting lower, and this will cause homes to become more affordable for many. In addition, homeowners that have felt that, they were locked into their home because they have that unicorn mortgage rate will feel more comfortable to consider leveling up. So for context, you need to know that at this moment, a little more than 78% of homeowners have a mortgage rate that is less than 5%. Think about this for a hot moment. If you have a rate of, say, 4% and the mortgage rates start with an 8, it is likely that you are not moving unless there's a pure need. However, if mortgage rates are, say, 6%, I believe a homeowner is more open to the idea of leveling up. Now let me be 100% transparent. Those that have a rate below 3.5 will not be selling. However, those that have a rate greater than 3.5%, there is a very high probability they will be upgrading their address because their desire to have a larger home or a better neighborhood with a better school district or whatever reason. With more homeowners willing to level up, more inventory is released into the market for more families that want to buy a home. Okay, you now know what the 6 and the 5 represents in my 2024 forecast. Let me shift gears to what the 4 is in my 4, 5, 6 forecast for 2024. It means I predict a 4% home price appreciation in 2024. Now, according to the CoreLogic's S&P Case-Shiller Index, home prices increased about 7% since the beginning of 2023 and are right now 1% higher than the peak in 2022. In addition, homes recovered all the losses recorded in the second half of 2022. This is just proof positive of the resilience of the real estate market. Now, there are a lot of people making predictions on home appreciation. Zillow thinks home values will basically be flat in 2024. Goldman Sachs forecasts homes will go up 1.9% in 2024, plus they believe the Fed will start moving in March. Freddie Mac shares that they believe homes will go up 2.7% in 2024. The Mortgage Bankers Association is forecasting a 4.1% appreciation level in 2024. To me, it's not what one person or entity thinks in a vacuum. It is what all the experts think. This is why the gold standard of home appreciation forecasting for the Martini Mortgage Group is the Home Price Expectation Survey. The Home Price Expectation Survey is done every quarter based on a panel of over 100 economists, investment strategists, housing market experts, and they are asked to give a 5-year expectation for future home prices. Now, according to all panelists, the projected cumulative 5-year appreciation in the U.S. for the next 5 years is basically going to be 25%. Now, the most optimistic panelists say it could be closer to 40% cumulative appreciation over the next 5 years. Towards that end, based on where I believe mortgage rates are headed and the volume of transactions in 2024, I feel that my 4% prediction is solid and may be a little light, but again, I rather exceed expectations than fall short. But for conversation, let's say I'm wrong. The mean of all panelists is where we will end up. What does that mean? It means $405 of potential growth in household wealth over the next 5 years based solely on increased home equity if you purchase a $400,000 home in January of 2024. Now you have the insight to my 4, 5, 6 forecast for 2024. 4% depreciation, 5 million homes sold, and mortgage rates in the sixes. Now, before I wrap up this episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast, I have to make those legal folks happy. So, I am Kevin Martini, and I am a certified mortgage advisor and producing branch manager, NMLS 143962, with the Martini Mortgage Group at Gold Star Mortgage Financial Group Corporation, NMLS 3446, equal housing lender. The primary purpose of this podcast series is to inform, entertain, and educate. The information, opinions, and recommendations represented in this podcast series does not constitute legal or other professional advice, opinions, or endorsements of any kind. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me, your time, by listening to episode 195 of the Martini Mortgage Podcast. If you have questions, I invite you to reach out to me personally by dialing 919-238-4934. Thank you in advance for sharing this episode with someone you care about that might benefit. Until next time, wishing you peace and blessings.